Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Just a quick reminder, my content is for entertainment purposes only. All of the messages I share come through the pendulum with the help of my spirit guides, guardian angels, and any invited spirits who choose to join us. While I do cover a lot of politics, I also dive into a range of hot button issues, current events, and hidden truths. If you enjoy this kind of content, please hit and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it helps me share these messages with more people around the world. Thanks for being here, and let's get started. Good morning. We are back for another reading. And this one has to do again with Pierre Poilievre, because we are getting closer and closer to the election day. I know early election votes are coming in. However, there are things that people need to know. Pierre Poilievre is doing a smear campaign across YouTube, TikTok against Mark Carney. And the people of Canada really need to know the difference between what he's actually standing for and whether or not they want him to be the actual leader of Canada. Because the more and more that I dive into Pierre Poilievre, I found out he's more like Trump than we actually know. So my spirit guides are going to answer the questions that I've come up with using ChatGPT, and they're going to illuminate exactly who Pierre Poilievre is, who he's working for, and what his strategies are, and actually his real ideology. So let's get into it. I'm going to call upon the law of truth to ensure clarity in every answer. I activate the law of protection to guard this session from distortion or manipulation. I invoke the law of challenge to verify all sources and align all responses with the highest good for Canada and the collective consciousness. Let the pendulum reveal what must be known. So today is April 22nd. We are 7 days away from Election Day, and I personally believe, as a Canadian, that this is a threat to Canada. So, is Pierre Poilievre running with the goal of improving Canada? Yes. Is his vision for Canada more aligned with economic freedom than social equity? Yes. Does he prioritize personal political power over national unity? Yes. Is he capable of compromising with other parties? No. How intelligent is Pierre Poilievre in terms of political strategy? On a scale of 1 to 5. 4. Are his proposals likely to benefit Canada in the short term? Yes. Will these benefits mainly apply to the upper and middle class? Yes. Will rural communities benefit more than urban centers? Yes. Will First Nations communities see any tangible benefit? No. Will his government bring significant harm or setbacks to Canada? Yes. Will environmental protections be weakened? Yes. Will social unity be negatively affected? Yes. Will Canada's international reputation be damaged? Yes. Is Pierre backed financially by corporate or foreign interests? Yes. Do oil and gas companies provide major funding? Yes. Is there an American political influence involved? Yes. Are there any international think tanks supporting him? Yes. This is a multiple choice. What is Pierre's dominant political ideology? A. Traditional conservatism. B. Libertarian nationalism. C. Populism. D. Christian nationalism. B. Is that correct? Yes. Libertarian nationalism. Will Pierre Poilievre increase Canada's federal deficit in the first 2 years? Yes. Will the increase be driven by tax cuts? Yes. Will spending cuts offset the deficit at any point? No. Will he attempt to hide deficit numbers through reporting changes? Maybe. Will he cut major government programs? Yes. Will climate programs be reduced first? Yes. Will education or housing be affected? Yes. Will healthcare be impacted directly? Yes. Is that through cuts? No. Is that through privatization? And by privatizing healthcare, does that mean all Canadians will not be entitled to the current healthcare benefits they receive today? Does that mean, the answer is yes, does that mean they will have to pay for these private companies to get healthcare? Yes. So is that an additional cost that they would be incurring? Yes. Will those privatization have issues with pre-existing conditions? Yes. Will he introduce new federal programs? Yes. Will these programs favor private sector partnerships? Yes. Will any focus on national security or policing? Yes. Will small businesses benefit from these programs? Yes. So is his changes more about business than people? Yes. Will people see the tax cuts and believe that they're being handed a gift versus what the future and other programs will apply? So they'll get more on their paycheck, but the more of their paycheck will be used to pay for things. Yes. How prepared is Pierre Poilievre to govern as Prime Minister? On a scale of 1 to 5. Are you saying 3? Yes. Will he continue attacking Liberal leadership even after taking office? Is this a part of a long-term strategy to avoid accountability? Yes. Will this prevent him from building cross-party cooperation? Yes. Will Canadian voters grow tired of this narrative? Yes. Will that narrative be tiresome by midterm to change the minority-majority in the government? Yes. Will he form a majority government in the 2025 elections? Maybe. Is that dependent on swing ridings like Ontario and BC? Yes. Will Rebel News and True North play a strategic role in his campaign? Yes. Are they coordinating narratives with this campaign team? Yes. Will their influence extend into his cabinet or communication staff? Yes. Will their presence alienate moderate conservatives? Yes. How divisive will his leadership be for the country? 1 to 5 is a scale. Four. Is that correct? Are you pointing to 4? Just as an add-on, let's do a quick comparison. Will Donald Trump, using Donald Trump in this question, how divisive is his leadership for that country? Scale of 1 to 5. You're pointing to 4 again? Are you pointing to 4? Yes. Which region will support Pierre most? Multiple choice. A, Western provinces. B, Ontario suburbs. C, Quebec rural districts. D, Atlantic Canada. A, Western provinces. Is that correct? Yes. Does Pierre intend to dismantle DEI initiatives, diversity, equity, inclusion? Yes. Will this be done through direct policy reversal? Yes. Will anti-DEI message appear in his public speeches? Yes. Will this increase discrimination complaints in Canada? Yes. Does this take away from the Canada that we've known as being diverse as it is? Yes. So it changes the whole geopolitical landscape of Canada. Yes. Will he align closely with the American right-wing figures or policies? Yes. Is this a strategic decision to win votes? Yes. Does this alignment include digital campaign tools and strategy? Yes. Will this hurt the Canada U.S. diplomatic balance. Maybe. Will he invoke the emergency powers during his first term? Maybe. Will his leadership significantly alter Canada's climate commitments? Yes. Will emissions targets be withdrawn or reworded? Yes. Will oil and gas subsidies increase? Yes. Will Canada exit any international environmental pacts? Maybe. On a scale of 1 to 5, how much will Pierre prioritize truth over optics in decision making? Are you pointing to 2? Yes. Does that mean optics over honesty is his way to do this? Yes. Does he believe in reducing media oversight or transparency in government? Yes. Will public broadcasters like CBC face defunding? Yes. Will journalists face restricted access to Parliament? Yes. Will freedom of information laws be challenged or weakened? Yes. Is he aware of the harm his rhetoric causes to vulnerable populations? Yes. Does he believe it's justified to achieve political goals? Yes. Has he dismissed concerns about rising hate speech? Yes. Will this continue if he's elected? Yes. Multiple choice. What is Pierre's primary leadership style? A, collaborative, B, command and control, C, reactive populist, and D, calculated strategist. Pointing to C. Reactive populist. Will most of his actions spark protests or unrest in Canada? Yes. Will these occur mainly in urban centers? Yes. Will civil liberties be challenged in response? Maybe. Will Indigenous communities lead part of this opposition? Yes. Will Pierre Poilievre change the gay marriage rights? Will he declare there are only 2 sexes, male and female? Yes. Will he no longer allow Canada to acknowledge transgender? Yes. Is Pierre Poilievre against LGBTQ+ rights? Yes. Overall, how beneficial will Pierre's leadership be for Canada on a scale of 1 to 5? 1 being low, 5 being high. pointing to 2. Yes. Does that mean he would be some benefit, but he is high risk? Does his future as Prime Minister create a lot of unknown possibilities within the Canadian government? When he talks about things he wants to do, is he lying most of the time or some of the time? Yes for some of the time, no for most of the time. Are you saying he lies most of the time? No. Are you saying he lies most of the time? Yes. Is Pierre Poilievre trustworthy? No. Are his campaign promises all what the people will hear versus what he will do? Should Pierre Poilievre be Prime Minister of Canada? No. That concludes my reading. This reading on Pierre Poilievre is now complete. May the law of truth settle across this land, revealing the hearts of those who seek to lead it. May the law of challenge remain active in our public consciousness, and may the law of protection defend all people of Canada from harm, division, and deception. Thank you for listening.